fine, children? Stay safely at home. So next chapter, force and pressure. So first of all, you have to know what is force. You know that by force what you can do. By force you can create velocity, speed in a body. Suppose the body is at rest, then what you can do, you just push it, then what will happen, the ball is at rest and you are pushing it, the ball starts rolling. Alright, then one object is moving with a high speed to you, then you push it, then what will happen, either the body will come into rest or you will see that the body slows down. Then what you can do, suppose you have taken a sponge and you are just pressing the sponge, applying force on it, then you will see the shape of the body will change. Alright, so what is force? Now here I just want to mention one thing. In your book I have seen that it is written force is an external agency. Force is not an agency, remember. Okay, that is a wrong term used. Clear? So you should not use the term agency. Alright, now here one more point I just want to mention you. In the video of the first matter chapter, I told you already that in the book it is given that same synonym of the term deposition, they have used it as solidification. Alright, that was also wrong in the matter chapter. Solidification means conversion of liquid into solid. Conversion of gas into solid is not known as the solidification. Okay, so the deposition, the synonym is desublimation. That was also one wrong thing written in your book. Alright, so I am observing that some of you are, God knows you are watching the videos or not, but you are asking me some absurd, some means very irritating question through messages. So that's why I am telling you, please you watch the video, listen to the lecture, and whatever point I am saying that you strictly follow. So here, force in your book it is written external agency. You should not use the term agency. It is an external influence. Alright, that is the term we use. Force is an external influence which changes or tends to change. Why it is written tends to change? Just you consider the wall is there and you are trying to move the wall. So what you are doing? You are applying the force. Clear? So can you, by applying the force, you can change, you can create motion in the wall? No. So in this case, that's why the term is used tends to change. Force is an external influence which changes or tends to change state of rest or state of motion or size and shape of the body. So this is the definition of force. Then what is SI unit of force? SI unit of force is Newton. As it is after the name of a physicist, that's why when you will write down the symbol for the unit, you should write it as capital N. But when you will write down the full form, then N should be small. You must take care of it. That SI unit of force is Newton. So the symbol is big N, and when you are writing the full form, it should be N should be small. Then gravitational unit of force, in this also it is written in some other way in your book. So please follow the lecture. Gravitational unit of force in SI system is kgf or kilogram force. We call it as kgf, and what is the full form? Kilogram force. Alright, and this is gravitational unit of force in SI system. And what is the relation between kgf and Newton? 1 kgf is equal to 9.8 Newton, but sometimes for the sake of easy calculation, 9.8 you can approximate it to 10 Newton. So the relation between kgf and Newton is, one can write either 9.8 Newton or 10 Newton. And as you know, there are different kind of forces. Gravitational force, the force of attraction acting between two bodies in the universe by which they attract each other, is known as the gravitational force. Electrostatic force, this is the force acting between the charged bodies. Then magnetic force, this is the force acting between the poles of a magnet. Then frictional force, What is the frictional force? When you are trying to move one object over the other, then along the surface of contact opposite to the direction of motion, a force acts, that is known as the frictional force. Then another force is there, muscular force, means the muscle present in your body when you are pushing it or means pulling something, then you know the muscles in your hand, they are applying the force, that is known as the muscular force. So I have written point wise what are the points you have to learn from for the topic force. So you must note it down and learn all the points. Now the next topic is turning effect of a force. So from the name only you can make out turning effect of a force means what? By applying a force, what you can do, just you see, by applying a force, what you can do, you can turn a body. Alright, so turning effect of force means how much it can means rotate or turn a body. When you are applying a force on a body, then how easily you can turn the body, that is determined by the turning effect of force or moment of force. Okay, yeah. There are three names for this one, turning effect of force, or it is known as moment of force, or it is known as torque, T-O-R-Q-E-E. Okay, now what is turning effect of force? Just to understand it. Suppose there is a body which can rotate, which can turn about this axis. Okay, about this axis, or about it may turn about a point. Just you consider this. Suppose this is the book, and just consider the most common example is door, opening and closing a door. When if you consider the door, suppose you just consider this is the door, then this part is fixed. Alright. So how you open the door? You hold it, apply the force, open, or you apply the force in this direction and you close it. Is that clear? So you see, when you are opening and closing the door, then what you are doing, you are applying the force, and due to the turning effect of force, the door is getting closed or open. Clear? Now the question is how we measure the turning effect of a force. So here if you consider that this is the axis of rotation, and suppose you are applying the force here. You are applying the force here at this point. Then what is the torque or turning effect of force or moment of force? I am writing mom. Mom means what? Moment. Moment of a force. Moment of a force, you can write it as force multiplied by perpendicular distance of the force from the axis of rotation. Look at it, that I have taken the perpendicular distance. I hope you understand the meaning of perpendicular. Perpendicular distance of the force from the axis of rotation. Look at the diagram. I have denoted it by D. So how you can write what is the moment of force? Force multiplied by perpendicular distance of line of action of force. Line of action of force from the axis of rotation. Alright. Now this moment of force, so you can write it by using the symbol magnitude of the force F multiplied by D. And you must draw this diagram also. D is what? Perpendicular distance. Means you see, when you are taking the distance, the line should be perpendicular to the line of action of the force. You cannot take the distance like this. Okay, it should be perpendicular to the line of action. So it is the perpendicular distance of line of action of force from the axis of rotation. Clear? So this is moment of force, and you must remember it. So you see, if I ask you now, what are the factors on which moment of force depend? What are the factors on which moment of force depend? First, it depends on the magnitude of the force. Alright? Means how much force you are applying. And second is perpendicular distance of line of action of force from the axis of rotation. So you must write it down clearly in the copy. How we will write? Factors on which moment of force depends. Then what will be the first point? Magnitude of the force. What will be the second point? This one, perpendicular distance of line of action of force from the axis of rotation. So you see, according to this concept, so what is moment of force? You can write it as F into D. F is the magnitude of the force and D is the perpendicular distance of the force from the axis of rotation. So you see, according to this, what will be the SI unit of moment of force? SI unit of moment of force, you know, it will be moment of SI unit of force is Newton, SI unit of distance is meter. So what is the SI unit of moment of force? Newton into meter. Then next one is CGS unit of moment of force. Now I just get irritated because somebody asked me what is the full form of CGS, and this one you 6th standard you have studied. CGS, you know, different system, the name is given from the 3 fundamental quantities that is taught in 6th standard, and after passing 6th standard you have come to 8th standard. So that's why I just got angry and irritated after getting that question in the WhatsApp group. That C stands for centimeter, it is the unit of length, and G stands for gram, it is the unit of mass, and S stands for second, it is the unit of time. And generally this is the way length, mass and time, taking the unit of length, mass and time, we get the different systems of unit. CGS system is there, FPS system is there, MK system is there, then SI unit is there. So here in this case, CGS unit of moment of force is, what is the CGS unit of force? Dyne. What is the CGS unit of distance? Centimeter. So it is dyne centimeter. Then next one is, what is the relation between Newton meter and dyne centimeter? So 1 Newton meter is equal to 1 Newton is 10 to the power 5 dyne. And 1 meter is 100 centimeter. These all you studied in lower classes. So you see, 1 Newton meter is equal to 10 to the power 7 dyne into centimeter. So I hope the concept of moment of force is clear. The formula for moment of force, force into perpendicular distance of line of action from the axis of rotation, SI unit Newton meter, CGS unit dyne centimeter, and it is a relation between Newton meter and dyne centimeter. Then another point you have to learn, that is moment of force is a vector quantity. Vector quantity means what? It has certain direction. Alright, vector quantity means what? The quantity which has some direction. Force is a vector quantity. Means what? You see, when you are applying the force, then in which direction you are applying the force, that is also important. Isn't it? So without saying that, you cannot define force. So force is a vector quantity. But when you are considering time, time has any direction? No. So time is what kind of quantity? Scalar quantity. So here you must remember that moment of force is a vector quantity. So the question will arise, what is the direction of moment of force? Now here you understand that turning effect of force or moment of force, what it is doing? It is turning a body. So when you are turning a body, then you may turn the body either in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. So the direction of moment of force is considered as the anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction. Alright. So these are the basic important information related with the turning effect of force or moment of force or torque. Next is application of turning effect of force. In our practical life, day-to-day life, every day you are using the application of turning effect of force. Now the first application of the application of turning effect of force, you don't have to make the note in the study material notebook. You can directly just listen to the lecture, understand it, the different application, and you can study it from the book itself. But you listen to the lecture because I will give you different application of turning effect of force. I will discuss. Now, what are the turning application of force in our day-to-day life? First one, already I said that opening a door or closing a door. Then you have the water bottle when you go to school. Alright, you use the water bottle. So when you use, just open the cap of a water bottle. Then you see this is the cap of a water bottle. Then you just turn it like this. So you see, you hold it, then you turn. So when you are turning, then you see by this thumb you are applying a force in this direction, and by applying this finger you are applying the force in the opposite direction. So what you are doing, and then you are turning it, means you are applying the force this way. One in this direction, other in the opposite direction, and they are parallel and equal to each other. Is it possible when you are just opening the knob of your water bottle that by the thumb you are applying more force and by this finger you are applying less force? Can you do that? Have you ever done that? If anybody has done that after reopening the school, you should show me that by the thumb you are applying more force or less force, and by the finger, index finger, you are applying less force or more force. What actually we do? We apply the same force in the opposite direction. Alright. So these two forces, in this case we are not applying one force to turn the body. We apply two forces to turn the body. So one extra information. So these two equal and opposite forces which can produce the turning effect, they are known as the couple. Alright. So when you open the knob of a water bottle, when you are opening the tap, water tap, you hold it like this, then you move like this, isn't it? So you see, you are holding and moving like this. So applying one force in this direction, another force in this direction, parallel and opposite to each other, equal to each other. Alright, and that is one application of turning effect of force. And what are the name of these two equal, opposite, parallel forces I said, which can turn a body? They are known as the couple. Then second application, when the drivers, they turn the wheel. Okay, then when they turn the wheel, you see here, you just hold it like this, then you move the wheel like this or like this. So you see, when you are moving the wheel like this, one force applied in this direction, another force applied in this direction. Alright, so you are applying a couple, and due to the turning effect of the couple, the wheel rotates. And so this is the way the driver, they can drive the car or they can turn the wheel of the car. Is that clear? Then you know there is a spanner by which we can open a tight nuts or we can tighten it also. Means you know what is, or it is also known as wrench. It is also known as wrench. Now here what we do, here we fix it, then here we apply the force. Got it? And due to the turning effect of the force applied here, what happens? The nut here, it can turn. Alright, either you can tighten it or you can open it. Now in this case of wrench or a spanner, you will observe that the handle is become longer. This is a conceptual question, that why the handle of a wrench or a spanner is made longer. Why it is made longer? You see, we know that what is the moment of force? Moment of force is F into D. So if you make D longer, then by applying a small force, you can turn it. Alright. So this is the reason that why the handle of a wrench or spanner, it is made longer. Alright. So these are the few application of turning effect of force. Then potter's wheel is also there, and in the potter's wheel means anything turning body, you are applying the turning effect of force. So in the potter's wheel, you will see that the potter, they also turn the potter wheel by applying a force at the end of the wheel. Always remember, whenever there is a wheel, then always we apply the force at the end of that, the circumference, at the rim of the wheel in order to turn it. Now, so I just want to ask you another question, that in case of opening and closing a door, where you apply the force? You apply the force at the end. Just do it. Try to do it. If you apply the force in the middle and then holding the door in the middle or holding the door, applying the force in the middle, try to open or close it. You will see that you need to apply more force to do it. Alright, why? Because you see, when you are applying the force in the middle, then you are decreasing the distance d. Perpendicular distance you are decreasing. So what will happen? The force to be applied, it increases in order to turn it or in order to rotate it. So this last topic, application of forces, turning effect of forces, you don't have to write in the study material notebook. Simply you will listen to the lecture and learn it. You may get conceptual questions on this topic, but you don't have to write it in the study material notebook. Thank you, girls.